I want to talk about women's basketball for a moment because we didn't do that last week. Deja Kelly has entered the portal. Obviously a major part of what the Tar Heels have done for several years. Our friend Lexi Donarski has said she will be back at Carolina simply so her grandma can bake some more cookies.
Yeah.
But so she has said she will be back. The Tar Heels have had several players go into the portal. A lot of them were players that were taking advantage of their fifth-year COVID year option. One player who that does not apply to is Paulina Paris, another player who had played a fair amount, and then there was some ambiguity of an injury and never came back this year. There's just been a lot of movement on that roster for what feels like will be a big year for Carolina. I think they were, again, Courtney Banghart never told me this. This is my opinion. I'm guessing they were disappointed with the ultimate result this year. I think they felt like they were positioned to be better than an 8 seed and second round NCAA tournament exit and a middle of the pack ACC finish. It will be a different look next year, certainly without Deja Kelly. I feel like she has dominated Carolina's play, whether that is with the ball or with scoring or with the shots taken or whatever it may be. As of you and I talking right now, I don't think we know Alyssa Usby's ultimate decision, although it would be great to have her back in Chapel Hill for sure. So that will be a program that has been good, but has not been able, it feels like, to take that next step. As we talked about, injuries, I do think played a role this past season. They will get some of those injured players healthy and available, which will be a big boost. A good recruiting class coming in. They have been active in the portal, have a player coming in from Richmond. So just, I know we talk a lot about men's basketball, but just that worth keeping an eye on how that roster is coming together, because I think it will be very different from this year. And I'm not sure that's a bad thing, Adam. And I don't say that as in a negative way about anybody. It just felt like they needed a refresh, and it seems like they're getting that.
Yeah, and in some ways you would get that even if you just brought back the players who were hurt, who were now healthy. Because the Tar Heels, Kayla McPherson missed basically the entire season.
Yeah, almost the entire year.
So Sierra Toomey was expected to be a big contributor in the paint and redshirted. So if you could just get those folks ready to go, you'd have quite a different looking roster. I do think the Tar Heels will have a different looking roster. They also had a class of 25 recruit reclassed to 24, and now she's coming in this coming year, a bit of a shooter, which the Tar Heels need, a maker, which the Tar Heels need. But I do think kind of the key piece of the puzzle is Alyssa Usby, who, as you said, would be huge to get her back, and also just see how that mix would work. I mean, as we have seen many times and have said many times, every single team is different, and you take one piece out of the mix and put everybody else back in the same thing, you're going to get something completely different. So because some pieces have been removed, I think you'll get a very different look.